Are you ready, Chelsea fans? We've got some exciting news that could change the course of our season. A highly rated defender who's been on our radar just dropped a bombshell about one of our own. He believes the future is incredibly bright for a certain young talent in our squad. And trust me, you won't want to miss who he's talking about. Could this be the spark we need to turn our fortunes around? Hit that subscribe button and give us a like to stay in the loop on all things Chelsea! Marc Guéhi has made some interesting waves recently, and as a passionate Chelsea fan, I can't help but dive into what his words mean for our beloved club. Guéhi, currently with Crystal Palace, has put the spotlight on Levi Colwill, calling him a player where the sky is the limit. Now that's a bold statement. It's no secret that Chelsea has had its struggles lately, with just 3 wins in their last 11 league games. Yet, despite the turmoil, there's undeniable talent in our squad, and Guéhi's endorsement of Colwill adds to that belief. In a recent interview, Guéhi was asked to pick the most promising young defender from a list that included Dean Huijsen, Lenny Yoro, Pau Cubarsí, and of course, our own Levi Colwill. His choice was clear. I'll go for Levi just because I know him, I've known him, and I've been around him. This is a significant endorsement from someone who has been in the same position and knows how tough it can be. It shows that players recognize Colwill's potential, even if he's been under fire lately for some costly errors. Let's be real. Colwill is still very young at 21 and learning the ropes of top-flight football. He's had his fair share of ups and downs this season, and with Thiago Silva's influence missing from the backline, it's understandable that he might be feeling the pressure. However, we've seen flashes of brilliance from him that suggest he has what it takes to grow into a top defender. The potential for him to partner with Wesley Fofana, once he returns, could be the key to solidifying our defense going forward. It's a future partnership that Enzo Maresca seems to have earmarked as his first choice, and that's promising for us fans who are eager to see stability in the back. But here's where it gets tricky. Do we think the club has the right plan for developing these young talents like Colwill? Honestly, I'm torn. On one hand, we have a player who's been marked as a future club captain and has the tools to become a leader. On the other hand, the scrutiny and pressure of playing for Chelsea can be overwhelming, especially when the results aren't going our way. It's a fine balance between giving him time to develop and demanding results in the present. The question of whether Chelsea should have pursued Guéhi more aggressively in the January window also lingers. With his contract situation at Crystal Palace, it's clear that the Blues could be looking at a more favorable deal come summer. Could Guéhi's return to Stamford Bridge, alongside Colwill, help bolster our defense? It's a mouth-watering prospect, and it's one that could redefine our backline. But again, we must consider the implications of such decisions. Will it stunt Colwill's development, or will it provide him with the experience and competition he needs to elevate his game? As fans, we live for these moments, don't we? We want to see our young stars shine, and we yearn for success on the pitch. Guéhi's comments add a layer of hope, a belief that there are players within our ranks who can step up in tough times. But with that hope comes the anxiety about whether the club will make the right moves to support these young talents. So, I want to hear from you, Chelsea fans. Do you think bringing in someone like Guéhi is the right move? Can Levi Colwill develop into the player we all hope he can be? Share your thoughts down below. I want to know where you stand on this. It's time for us to come together and discuss the future of our club. Chelsea fans, we need to talk about what's happening with Joao Felix and the recent transfer saga that has left many of us feeling frustrated. As you may know, Felix was loaned out to AC Milan last month, and the early signs weren't too promising. He had a bright start, scoring on his debut, but since then, he struggled to find his rhythm. After his initial goal in that impressive 3-1 win against AS Roma, he's gone cold, failing to score or assist in his next 8 appearances. This is not what we expected when we sent him to Milan, especially considering the excitement around his potential. In that recent match against Bologna, where we lost 2-1, the Italian press wasted no time tearing into his performance. He was criticized heavily, and some outlets even labeled his display as a disaster. Can you believe that? A journalist went as far as to say, "Joao Felix is as handsome as he is useless." That's harsh. But honestly, I can't help but feel for the guy. Pressure can do terrible things to a player's confidence, especially in a league as demanding as Serie A. What's even more concerning is that Unai Emery reportedly pushed to bring him to Aston Villa, and Chelsea slapped a whopping $60 million price tag on him to deter Villa from pursuing him. It's clear that we didn't want to strengthen a rival, especially one that's eyeing a Champions League spot. But was this really the best decision? Honestly, I'm torn. On one hand, I understand the strategy of not wanting to bolster a competitor, but on the other, keeping a potentially explosive talent like Felix just sitting on the bench or struggling elsewhere feels like a missed opportunity. Looking back, there was a chance for Felix to join Villa last summer, but we decided to bring him in for $46 million from Atletico Madrid. That transfer was supposed to be a masterstroke, enabling Conor Gallagher to head the other way. Now, with the way things are unfolding, you have to wonder if we made the right call. Could we have used that $60 million to reinforce other areas in the squad instead? Maybe a more focused approach to our attacking options could have been beneficial. Fans, this is where it gets personal. We all want the best for Chelsea, and every decision made by the club impacts our dreams and aspirations. We've seen how our strategic moves can dictate the future of the team, but this one feels like a gamble. It's tough to watch a player who showed such promise struggle to find his footing. The pressure is immense, and it seems like every time he steps on the pitch, he's carrying the weight of our expectations on his shoulders. And let's not forget about the implications for the team's balance. If Felix continues to struggle and we don't see a turnaround, how does that affect our attacking strategies moving forward? We need players who can contribute and make a real impact, especially if we're serious about competing for top honors in the league. Every point matters, and each decision we make now could reverberate down the line, influencing our chances for Champions League qualification. So, Chelsea fans, what do you think? Was it the right move to loan out Felix instead of giving him more time to settle in and find his form? Or should we have let him go to a club that might better suit his playing style? I want to hear your opinions down below. This is an open forum, and I know we all have strong feelings about our team's direction. As always, I appreciate your passion and insights. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on all things Chelsea. And make sure to activate that notification bell to get all the latest updates. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see how this season unfolds.